loading the game up, so it's probably going to mess up the the start intro like it normally does. Apologies. Told you it'd mess up the start intro when I'm loading a game up. Always does. Oh wait, and now it's like playing the music as well. Rubbish. Oh my god, right, okay. Okay, sorry about this. Let me just go to settings. Let me just mute all. There we go. Right, intro. What you doing? There we go. JS Mocha, hello.
Quite a flighty little fellow, isn't he?
BBC, London.
I remembered to update it so that we're not saying we're playing Metopia anymore. We're not playing Fortnite tonight, JS Mocha. I was baited by the 30 coin.
Where are my donuts?
Hello. Voice broke. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. I need to sort all this out now because I can't do this while I'm on a different scene, which is quite annoying. Get rid of that. Put that on. Let's change this to the right window. Doki. There we go. Right. Hopefully we should come back. Let's unmute that. That's unbelievably loud. Let's turn the sound down. Turn the music volume down. A little bit louder. There we go. Welcome. I've no idea if I can use a controller with this or not. So that's something I guess we'll see. So yes, this is Doki Literature Club. Horror game, apparently. Horror game. We're waiting all evening for you to start streaming. Please enter my name. Ninqueso. Seem to be using the mouse at the moment, which is fine. Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Not one of those. That girl is Sayori, my neighbour, a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Oh, what a pleasant looking game. I know, right? I think it needs to be a little bit louder, don't we? Go. Oh, look at this, we've got all this. I think we have to use the mouse for this. There we go. Right. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Are you sure it's horror? It seems very girly. Hey, ha! I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Ninqueso. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Ninqueso, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. That's me, sorry. I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Oh, that's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialise or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die as the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What's a NEET? I don't know. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. And Sayori sitting in a tree. Ninqueso and Sayori sitting in a tree. Hydrate. PP Bartlett, this is for you. Here we go. BP Bartlett, thank you for the hydrate. Okay, don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Girls are. Blech. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. Oh, thank you, you're welcome, BP Bartlett. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I packed up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Cuties alert. Exactly. I want cuties. Clubs. Shiori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello. Shiori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realise that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, Know what? Well, that you could come to my club? Shiori? Yeah. There is no way I'm coming to your club. Oh, meanie. Shiori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. Oh, no doubt Queso is kawaii. Don't ever do that again, Queso. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Oh, come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Cupcakes, I'm in. I'm in if there's cupcakes. Don't make promises you can't keep. Ninqueso cupcakes. I can tell Shiori isn't really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. Pentasaurus redeemed. Kawaii pose for 1,000 G points. Kelly. Kelly's back. Back again. Right. Yeah. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Now you're talking, Ninqueso. Yes, let's go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Ew, she just snotted on me. She's definitely not Kawi. I don't even know how you pronounce that word. Someone put it in the chat phonetically for me. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Girl 1, welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Kawaii. Which game is this? This is Doki Doki Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. I'm leaning round because, like, there's a Kelly sat in the way. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Ninqueso. What a surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. So sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognise. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. It's 0-1 for England now. Kuwai. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. What the heck? Soccer, I mean. I know what you mean, JS Mocha. Or you know what you mean. I don't really care about soccer. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seemed to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh well, it's nice to meet you both. And it sounds like you already met Monica. Is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Ninqueso. Monica smiles sweetly. Aww. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Ninqueso. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to their corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh, ah! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray and reveals a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Oh my god, cat cupcakes. Do we see a picture? The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Oh well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with a mouthful and already has managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my finger, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. They do sound like good cupcakes. Cat cupcakes. I need the recipe. Can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Shiori said. Well, maybe. But not for you. No, not for, you, dummy. Alright. I don't like Nasuri. She's a bit annoying. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. That is what I would do. I would just zone out and eat the cupcake. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. Ninqueso. She carefully places a teacup in front of each one of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Natsuki is playing hard to get in it. I think she is. She's also a bit young, I think. It's like, I don't think we're going there. You is where it's at the moment. I guess. Although Monica, Monica's alright too. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I thought it actually said Ninqueso. That'd be amazing. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was bullied into it. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member on any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. I'm loving this game so far. I'm pleased, Bartlett. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. It's just come out on the Switch, but the Plus version, which I think has got extra content. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah? We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why we're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Ninqueso, what kinds of things do you like to read? Oh god, here's the question. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wanted to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story is such a foreign world. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually impress me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? There seems to be fireworks going off outside, so I apologise if you can hear any banging. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might well be having a conversation with a rock. Yeah, Kelly's not happy on the windowsill now. She's gone. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. Fireworks because it's coming home, or random yobs. I don't know. I just heard lots of banging. I think it's like a coming home fireworks. But again, it's been gone 55 years. It needs to grovel a lot. No way, it's 1-1 now. But if a story makes me think, it takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Oh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Well, what? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club's meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give me that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori saddles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Oh, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The trust form of writing is writing to oneself. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. I know how Natsuki feels. I constantly hate being called cute, but Fentosaurus, you are cute. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have any writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I wanted to read everybody's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. I'm not even brave enough to look to see what I look like when I do that. Isn't that right, Ninqueso? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Shiori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Aww. Could I do that pose with the hydrate? Please make that a redemption. Fine. I'll make it a redemption, BP Bartlett. I mean, it's better than a dab, isn't it? But I'm sorry, I thought, Ninqueso, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I agree with BP Bartlett. Oh my god. So what we talking? We're talking me getting the water, moving myself into big screen. So like this. Going. I'm not sure I like it. I'm not sure I like it. That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I've joined the club. Yes, I'm so happy. Shiori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Have some really J-pop music in the background too. I will look into it. Oh dear. Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Ninqueso, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? It says about 4 hours to beat. So I'm going to do like half of it today and then half of it some other time. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up the food. Hey, Ninqueso, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Yuri and I never walk home together anymore, because she always stays after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. This looks like a fun game. It's interesting so far. Shiori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. It's between Yuri and Monica at the moment. It's between you. I'm sorry, Gemma. I'm sorry, Gemma. You've still got time. Who else is everyone in the chat like feeling? Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Hell yeah. I'm loving this game. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh my god. I've got to write a poem. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favourite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Oh dear. Who am I feeling? Yeah, you know, I want to try and impress Monica or Yuri. Gonna go for Universe. I think Yuri will like Universe. Gonna go for Passion as well. Oh no. Ooh, tricky. Let's go for Ambient. Oh, Yuri likes Ambient. This is good. This is good. I'm gonna go for Cry. No! That's not Yuri. Yuri is quite... yeah, I don't... We can't actually get with her because she's our friend. It's only between these 3. Suicide? Wow. I think that's going to impress Yuri. Yes, Yuri likes a suicide. Destiny, that's Yuri. Yes. Bouncy. Effligant. That's a Yuri word. I think we're trying to impress Yuri. Contamination. Disorientated. Oh my god. We're... Feather. Wonderful and... existence. I know the words Yuri likes. Whew. Analysis? Yes. Gonna go with... I don't know, kiss. We're gonna go with this word here. Oh, that's her. Agonizing. That's a Yuri word. Purple girl has the nicest hair. I think she's the one I'm trying to impress. Unrestrained. Climax. Shopping. Uncanny. Let's go for climax. Oh, that's a Yuri word too. Pleasure as well. Oh, Yuri, me and you. Imagination. Oh my... God, me and Yuri are like the same person. Death, that's a Yuri word. No, it's not. That's her word. Yuri. Yurily prefer Yuri, don't you? Wop wop wah. Yes, I do. Melancholy. Hell yeah. Depression. No. Okay. Heaven sent. No, vertigo. Yeah. One more. We need one more Yuri word. Disaster. Yes. Hi again, Ninqueso. Hello, Monica. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Ninqueso. You're welcome, Yuri. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a community for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Nasuki, don't like you. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Nasuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Anything for you, Yuri. Nasuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Is this really a scary game? Oh yes. I don't know much more about it than it's a cross between a dating sim and a horror game. And there were lots of warnings before I started this game up saying it's definitely not for children. If you're suffering from depression or anything like that, you're probably not going to have a good experience with this game. So there were warnings when I first booted it up. Manga is literature. No way, it looks such a happy game. Yeah, I think it's one of those games that you're meant to go in as blind as possible, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa. Swiftly defeated, Nasuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Ninqueso always gives it his best, as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Oh really? It seems so happy and cute, doesn't it? You can get games like this on the Switch. Dating sims is like a whole genre of game. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Ninqueso can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? No, never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal, and it's really not. Oh, what do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I wouldn't make a big deal if you don't... Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. Aww. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'd like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Oh, phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduling activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she's noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes met for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book. Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and relatable. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. Oh my god. While her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Ninqueso? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. Oh no, the strangeness begins. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Oh wow, just reading reviews and a few spoilers for the game. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I've heard of this game. So you're tabbed while I doodle. Sorry, Queso. That's okay, Pastel Puffs. No worries. Thank you for tabbing me, though. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. I'm just going to turn the music down a tiny bit. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. She is cute. And please stop me if I start talking too much. She's got no nose though, that's a bit weird. Where's the nose? That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Oh, what are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book I'd put into my bag. Alright, it's fine. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slipped into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realise that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looked like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Wow. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to open the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh dear. We're reading the same book, everyone. Yuri takes her left arm out and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. This way, I turn the page and Yuri slides her thumb after it, flips it to her side. But in holding it like this, We're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. That's how it starts. First you read the same book, then you're suddenly a member of the religious cult in Wiltshire. Exactly. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I can turn it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Yeah. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see.
Right, it's bonking time. I loves a bit of bonking. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, can't remember the rest.
Gemeth Gate cheered. X10. 90 mon's gone to extra time.
Gemma, thank you so much for the bits. You must be very tense. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But Ninqueso, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, that's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Monica. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, bared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Oh, it's not. It's fine. Monica! Buzzkiller. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into the bag. That's what a bookmark is for. Because I'm going to forget. I'm going to forget where I am. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? I did. It's only like random words. Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Shiori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Yuri? Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I note in her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trowels off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes together with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologising to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Oh my god, it's funny writing. Ghost under the light. The tendencies of my... I can't read this writing very well. Of my... What? I'm struggling to read this. The tendencies of my... illuminates beneath the ambient glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight I have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. Looks like it was written by a doctor. I bathe. Calms. Breathing. Air of the pleasant but living in the past. The light thickens. I flicked back. Oh, I don't understand. Ugh. Oh, what's my mouse doing? Right. Oh, sorry. My mouse is wired and the wire's going all over the place. Don't normally use the mouse this much. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. You should be. It was diabolical. What? I wasn't thinking... I was... Sorry, this one. I was thinking that. Jeez, it was awful. But it took you a long time to read. I couldn't read it, that's why. Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Way to suck up. Debbie, thank you for the hydrate. Who thinks someone has pretty handwriting? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I really like Yuri, but the handwriting is a deal breaker. I know, I'm a bit concerned now that I'm putting my eggs in the basket of Yuri. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad like that. When she's got her hands up here and when they go back behind her, because I'm looking at the words, it kind of looks like she's flashing because you suddenly see the red bit on her top. And it's just something like, oh, it's just weird. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Ninqueso. Idiot. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. It looks like she's flashing. No wonder you're finding it hard to read. I know, right? You watch, when that hand moves, look at the bottom of the words and just you'll notice it at the corner of your eye. It's bad. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought about that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ah. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Ninqueso. Aww. Aww. I have you in my bed, in bedroom. And it don't look like she's flashing to me. Maybe it's me being wishful thinking. Me too. Right, let's show it to my friend. I mean, I have you on my TV in a bedroom. This is a good poem, Ninqueso. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who'd be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it's impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you would write, or you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote this one. It just reminds me of how you really are part of the club now. Not to mention the fact I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Ooh, sarky me. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Ninqueso. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Try new things like this for other people. That's something that only real good people do. Thanks, Shiori. I'm not sure if Shiori sees the full picture of my motivation here. Yes, I'm a dirty dog. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have loads of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Oh, this is easier to read. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleep from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. That's true, it really is. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Ehehe. That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Oh yeah? But next time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. I think Shiori is my favourite. She is quite funny. I'm going to say Monica to the last. We're going to do Natsuki. Ninqueso, if you're not going to take this cup seriously, then go home. Whoa, Natsuki. What? Harsh. What do you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of your first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Whoa, Natsuki. B-I-T-C-H. Fenty and Sayori sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I got to share mine now. You do. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. What? What? And she said mine was bad. Yeah? I told you weren't going to like it. I like it? What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simply writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from a youngster here, from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humour her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Nasuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Did Shiori ever say she has a boyfriend? No reason. I don't think she has. I don't think she said anything about it. Well, Monica, really. There's only one left. Hi, Ninqueso. Hello, Monica. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. There you go, BP Bartlett knows. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Who is Shiori? She's the one we spoke to second. She's my friend that lives near me. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Ninqueso. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But is that sort of barrier that we'll learn? But is that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon? Is she pretty? I think all the girls in this are pretty. I don't think they've made any ugly ones. Yeah, that's true. I had Monica my poem. Although none of them have noses, which is weird. Great job, Ninqueso. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. I wish I could read my own poem. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Aha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolism. I do know she likes that. Unlike Shiori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to devise their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyse all of the nuances. It can take years to practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. Half time, extra time. Oh dear. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find the one that suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way anyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? I think I do. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. CC Sports, welcome. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh my god, it's like multiple. Hole in a wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes. The spackle protrudes. A nosy neighbour. An angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind. Like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas? Is that retinas? Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just like a hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realise now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. That was weird. So what do you think? It's very freeform. That's what you call it? Fire Goose, welcome. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. This is the first time I've ever played it. I don't know much about it, but I know a little bit. That's it. A lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. That's a tough word. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. No, thank you, Monica. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they've just been nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sighed. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Shiori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their representative poems. I don't think any of them are watching my stream, Gemma. Am I streaming tomorrow? I don't think I am, actually. There's something to come up, and I don't think I am streaming Monday or Tuesday this week. And, yeah. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Nasuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with the language? Did you say something? Am I doing the whole game? I'm probably going to do it in 2 sit-ins. We'll see. I've been streaming for like 6.5 hours now, so probably going to do this one in 2 sit-ins. I added Monica to my me. Duckhead, welcome. Oh, it's nothing. Nasuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. Gotcha. Well, I'm going to be in the car for 3 hours tomorrow afternoon. So I'm going to go... Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, CZ Sports. I have a YouTube channel. Can watch some stuff on there. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feelings of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks. But it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Ninqueso did too. So, based on that, don't drag me into it. I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Ninqueso likes my poem too, you know. I did. I like her more, though. And even told me he was impressed by it. Ladies, please, both of your poems sucked. There's no need to argue. No, it's fine. I'll probably watch your YouTube channel to cure my boredom. Nasuki suddenly stands up. Oh, God. Oh. I didn't realise you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Ninqueso appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Woo, home truths. Ugh. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew in size bigger as soon as Ninqueso started showing up. Oh dear. Nasuki. Nasuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Oh, God. Ninqueso. She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Ninqueso. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Ninqueso? Well... Run away, run now. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's what the internet's for. That's not what happened at all. Yui wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri. You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. Dentist appointment. Run! My dentist appointment was at 2:30. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. Oh. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologised. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk to clear my head. Suhuri, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me for having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem in her hands and throws it into the trash. Oh dear. Natsuki! She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything all right? I'm so embarrassed. Can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Ninqueso. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now. Oh, it's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Nakushi said? About, I would never do anything so shameful. So... What thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. How come you think this is a horror? Because I've been around long enough to have heard about this game. That's why. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Ninqueso, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Yeah, it was just free on Steam today when I looked, and I was like, oh, I'll play that because it's free. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Ninqueso, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Shiori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Shiori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Shiori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Nasuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Ninqueso, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone makes me the happiest. JS Mocha, thank you for the hydrate. The thumbs up hydrate. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Is it though? Sigh. It looks like Shiori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? You wanted to do the special one? I'm sorry. Well, just have to see in the future what the future holds, Shiori. JS Mocha, just for you, I will do a special one this time. Just for you, okay? Just for you, JS Mocha. JS Mocha, thank you for the hydrate. There we go. We'll just have to see what the future holds, Shiori. I pat Shiori on the Sayori on the shoulder. I can't even say on this thing here. Why can't I say soldier? Why can I not say that word? I'm going to move on. Shoulder. There we go. I got it. Shoulder. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Are we writing another poem? Oh God. Right. Extraordinary. No, I don't know. Yeah, extraordinary. Oh no. That's the wrong one. Depression. Oh my God. Disarray. Yes. Unstable, amazing socks. Socks. I can't spell. It's contagious. Unstable. Yes, here we go. We just choose all the fancy words. It tends to be Yuri. Melancholy. That's a Yuri word. Philosophy. Heaven sent. Yes. There we go. Agonizing. Yes. Contamination. Yes. Unrestrained. Yes. Infallible. I don't know about infallible. Okay, infallible is. Unrequited. Oh, no, that's over there. Fantasy. Oh, that's you. Intellectual. There we go. I'm going to say kitty because I like kitties. There we go. Eternity. I am a Yuri man. I do like Yuri. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. It was either Yuri or Monica, but yeah, I was kind of swayed over to Yuri. I've gotten a little more comfortable over here the past couple of days. Entering the clubhouse, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Ninqueso. Yo, it's Yuri. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Huh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't you take a look in your purse? At your purse, Yuri. Huh? Why that, all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Yuri nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Shiori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought snacks before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanting an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Ninqueso to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Shiori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sorry, that's me. Don't let her fool you. Shiori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Shiori. Pwop. Pwop. Kia. Out of nowhere, something smacks Shiori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. What? Ow! What was... A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Shiori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my... It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. It was just going to give it to... I was just going to give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. I was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Shiori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Shiori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Noof. Nom 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 nom. Shiori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot just over one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Shiori gets off her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Oh, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Shiori off of her. Shiori suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Shiori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Shiori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't heard either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Yuri, no. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. Didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. My favourite book is I Am the Cheese. Cheese is good. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind that. What held you up anyway? Ah, well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Ninqueso. Monica smiles sweetly. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Oh, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Shiori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Hey, Kirby eating, that's the way to go. Just inhale it. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yuri. Huh? Ah. I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Ah, no. I was kind of just waiting for you. Ah, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. That's an odd thing to say. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moved really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? We're just... Yuri was going to make some tea, so... I suddenly realised how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just... filling the water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Oh dear. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping it involve Ninqueso in club activities? My mouth gasps. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Ninqueso. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Awkward. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri's a tall glass of water. But is she half full or half empty? Yuri, I just... Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Ninqueso, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? And, Yuri lifts her head. Ninqueso, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah? Shall we go? Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Ninqueso, do you like oolong tea? I can't say I've ever had it. Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature to the kettle to 200 degrees. Is that Fahrenheit, I hope? Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? I've never seen a kettle that has a thermostat on it. I must just have cheap kettles. Of course. It shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. England's lost, I'm crying my eyes out. Gemma, it's a game of football. It's not something to cry about, really. It's not. It's a, well, better luck next time kind of thing. You've seen kettles with thermostats? Ooh, I just have cheap kettles, obviously. But I'm sorry they lost, Gemma. But try to put it into actual perspective of how it affects your life. It doesn't. I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. Yuri's a tea lady. Monica is a coffee lady. Blech, I hate coffee. And I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Ninqueso. It's very endearing. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Ninqueso, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at the desk. Sorry, I didn't realise. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like while reading. Yes. I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I keep hidden from Siori's candy radar. Not the candy radar. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. And if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding the one half of the book. Oh, game. Oh, where's the game gone? Did the game just crash? That is really bad if the game just crashed. Well, that's a bit of pants, isn't it? I hadn't saved it at all. And the game crashed. Okay. Here's the plan. Let me just double check. If I click over there. Rubbish. Okay. I will get back up to that point off stream. And we'll play the rest of it some other time. Because... yeah, that's annoying. It shouldn't be so bad if I play it again, because I can just kind of like fast forward through all the text and stuff. Shouldn't take me too long to get back there. So that's what we'll do. Or I know, for some reason, as I click off, when I click on somewhere different, because I deleted a message, because it was quite derogatory to women, talking about the size of her breasts. Auto skip to that point. Yeah, pretty much. I'll just speed through it. But I'm not going to carry on tonight. I hate it when that happens. I lost 3 hours in Death Stranding because I didn't save. Yeah, I just meant to save more often. I don't know. For some reason, when I click on another item, the game shuts itself down. And then disappears. And then when I clicked on the icon to bring it back, it just closed itself. So if I click on my OBS... the game now shuts itself off. I can't see it on my other screen. And then when I click on the icon to bring it back up, it just doesn't. It just closes. Oh, well. No, I don't want to become famous. I want to ban you. Right. We will play it again next week sometime. I will get back to that point. Like I say, it'll be really quick because I won't be sat here reading everything. And I'll try and like pursue Monica's pathway as well. Right, is there anyone for us to raid? Let's... there's no one really on. Do you know what? I'm just going to end stream here. But thank you so much for being here. I'm really sorry the game died. I will be playing it again sometime next week. I'm not too sure when. I'm not going to be on tomorrow, unfortunately, because something has come up. And I'm still taking Tuesday off as my regular day taking off. So I'll be back on Wednesday. Normal time at 4 till 10. So hopefully I will see you then. But until then, enjoy the rest of your day, your night, your evening, your afternoon, depending on what time it is in the part of the world where you are from. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that you want to spend some time on my channel. And I'll see you all soon. Bye for now. The Void. Thanks for coming to see my stream. Sad to tell you I've got to go. Grab your hat and head for the door. In case you didn't notice, there ain't any more. If you liked my stream, tell everyone, but if you think it stinks, keep your big mouth shut. I'm glad you came, but I have to shout adios, au revoir, wiedersehen, ta-ta-ta, goodbye. Get lost, get out. Stream's over.